He's a member of the 680 family and a damn good dog.
Hutson Mason, quick throw, touchdown!
It's Hutson Mason, presented by Engineered Solutions of Georgia.
Well, Hut, let's dive right into it. Clean, old-fashioned hate week is Georgia and Georgia Tech. I ask you as a dog, and this is a setup question for you to do whatever you want to do with it. Does the game lose a little luster with Georgia Tech losing the way they did this past week?
I think what loses its luster is the Heisman talk conversation between the two quarterbacks. I mean, it's really now Haynes King unfortunately lost himself to Heisman, or a chance at least to be there is what I mean, Saturday night. And so, look, I still think it'll be it'll still be a really highly anticipated game. I think, everybody knows Georgia Tech's a good team this year. They're a better team, I think, this year than they were last year, and Georgia fans saw what Tech was able to do last year. So I think they've got our attention. I think they've got Georgia's fans' attention. I think they've got the players' attention. And so I think it'll still be a highly anticipated, highly packed game in Atlanta. And but I think the conversation of that we had last week when I was doing this with you guys was a quarterback that plays the best between Gunner and Haynes King will probably could punch their ticket to New York. And it seems like that is gone by the wayside for Haynes, and could ultimately just be Gunner who's playing for that on Saturday.
We were talking about Georgia and ways to get into the SEC title game. Literally, it's kind of out of their control. It's one of two teams need to lose, and then they're in. But there's also potential, because Georgia's the number 4 seed right now, that they can move up to 2 or 3 and not make the SEC title game and have a bye. Would you want that, or would you rather be in the SEC title game, potentially losing a bye?
I'd rather play than lose a bye. I mean, the fans think this way, but I can tell you, guys in the locker room are not sitting there going, well, I tell you what, if you give me, if I don't play in the SEC title game, I got 2 weeks off, and, guys want to play, man. They're competitors. I mean, I don't even know, if 2 weeks off, I'm not a big fan of having 2 full weeks off, so guys want to play. They come to win championships. They want to win championships. So I think this is a cool discussion for fans, but for guys in the locker room and for the coaches, I promise you Saturday night they're going to be sitting there after their game pulling for Texas to beat Texas A&M, pulling for Auburn to pull off an upset. And so I get it. It's a cool discussion for people outside the locker room, but they're these players, they come to play for championships, and not everybody on this team this year has played for an SEC title. Think about some of the guys that have transferred in. So,
our own quarterback, Hutson Mason, joins us via the Loud Security Systems Newsmaker line.
A lot of times when you go into a game, Hut, you think about game wreckers and guys that can bother you and make it a tough situation. Obviously, Haynes King puts that on you, but with the way Georgia's defense has played the last few weeks, and with the way the offense is rolling, and then what you just saw Georgia Tech do, does anything about that team scare you as a Georgia fan?
Well, I think, I think what scares me is the legs of Haynes King. That's always been the X factor to giving Georgia's defense trouble. And so, I think even last year, his ability to run the football was totally the game changer and caught Georgia off guard for almost, 3.5, 4 quarters. And it was almost too late for them to make an adjustment. And so, I think where Haynes King and Georgia Tech have revealed probably like a kink in the armor is that they're so reliant on their quarterback to play hero ball. And we saw this against Pittsburgh, that eventually it caught up to them. And so, Buster Faulkner, remember, came from Georgia, spent time on that staff. And so I think he does have a good idea of, personnel-wise, quarterback run, what are the things that give Georgia's personnel problems. But ultimately, Georgia's still the better and more talented team. But am I sitting here going, hey, am I going to be surprised if it's a ball game in the second half on Saturday? No, I'm not. So this is not I don't think this is a case where, 5-6 years ago where Georgia was just so outmatched the talent-wise. I still like Georgia in the game, and I still think they're the better team, but I think Tech's able to do some things offensively that are just kind of hard to defend.
Well, Hutson, it was not much of a game this past Saturday for your Bulldogs, but did you learn anything about any of the young guys who got to come in and see some playing time this weekend?
I don't know if you learn about them just because of the competition, but I think it's cool to see, Ryan Puglisi gets in there and gets some snaps, some other young guys. And so it's great to see those guys get an opportunity to play. It's hard to say, hey, can you definitively take stuff away against an opponent like Charlotte? And so, which is why I'd like to see a 9-game conference schedule. I'm sure fans would like to see that in the SEC as well. But, great to see guys get out of there healthy. Great to see young guys. Ryan Puglisi might be the future at the quarterback position for Georgia. So it's good to see Georgia fans, or at least him, get some opportunity and get some snaps as well.
Hud, it was good to see the Falcons go under center. They used 13 personnel. 56% of the game this past weekend after using it only 3 times the entire season. Do you feel like they purposely do things to us to just make us go, what in the hell are you guys doing?
I'm glad you brought this up because I don't know if you guys remember yesterday, Drew Brees was actually calling the game, and I think it was after the touchdown pass, the post route to Mooney. He started talking about this, and I thought it was really good. And kind of explains what we've been so frustrated with the lack of play action, getting under center in this offense this year with Zach Robinson. That post route to Mooney was set up by the play action, not in the gun, the play action under center. And Drew Brees, Hall of Fame quarterback, is talking about why it makes the difference between being under center play action and in the gun, and how it stresses the eyes and the responsibility of linebackers and safeties when you're under center. That ball is out there longer. It as a defender, you have to hang on just a little longer and pause for a second because that play action ride, that play action fake is just so much longer than it is in the gun. In the gun, it's a quick little flash fake. And so I think it's really malpractice this year by the Falcons to think that they're going to get in pistol formation and do these little flash fakes. It just doesn't make sense. Nobody else is doing it in the NFL for a reason, because it just doesn't work, right? I mean, a quick little flash fake in the gun is not going to get a safety at 12 yards to pause and allow a guy with the speed and the athleticism of Darnell Mooney to run behind him. And so what frustrates me is all year we've heard the Falcons tell us that they like the pistol formation because it fits the running style of Bijan Robinson. Mm-mm. But then all of a sudden, when we get a quarterback change, I see a quarterback now under center. So, with the running back who's still playing, the same running back, but now we're more predominantly under center. So that doesn't make sense to me. And so I have been so frustrated to see this offense get in this Mickey Mouse pistol offense, this formation all year, and really not be able to utilize the weapons and set their quarterback up for success and leverage the play action game like almost every team across the NFL is doing. It was good to see Kirk Cousins get back under center because that's where he's comfortable from his Minnesota days and Washington days, but
every quarterback's comfortable. Is it hard for you? You played quarterback at a high level. Was it hard for you to get under center and take a snap and run out a play action fake or drop back 3, 5, 7 steps like everybody's done since they've been 5 years old learning how to play football?
No, especially if you're in the NFL.
Seriously.
If you picked a guy at top 10 as you did in Michael Penix, and you're not comfortable putting him under center, then what in the world are you doing picking him top? So I just think from the small mechanics and the small basics of a complementary offense, it seems like a small thing to an average fan, but it really is a big thing that the Falcons have not been able to marry. The word is marry their run game and their play action game together this year well, that I think could have created far more explosive plays in the passing game.
Dude, just go watch the reaction of the 2 middle linebackers and a safety when you go drop back, play action, and fake that handoff to the running back. Watch them step up a full 1.5 yards, and the safety's pause, and the cornerback who's Darnell Mooney's running a route against, feet are flat, and then you go right by him, and it's an easy walk-in touchdown. It just, I don't understand it, and you had the perfect answer for what it is so far, which is malpractice and doing a disservice to your young quarterback. And they need to answer that today. They need to answer at Flowery Branch for why they haven't been doing that and what their reasoning was, because it doesn't make sense.
Getting Zeno on them.
He'll be up there with a painted on T-shirt, ready to roll. What are your responsibilities for Thanksgiving? Do you put it all in the hands of Kat, or does Hutson Mason have like a turkey responsibility? Are you
cleaning
the stuffing
dishes?
guy?
Yeah. Do you mash potatoes?
I don't need him.
We've heard that, Hut.
My responsibilities. I think I think my attributes and my skill sets on Thanksgiving are better suited post meal. So I'm good with the dishes.
All right.
Okay.
I'm good with cleaning up. Everybody kind of it's probably better for everybody to stay out of the way leading up to the meal.
That's fair.
You know what?
So,
I got it. We're good.
I'll contribute afterwards, and that's probably where I'm best suited.
Can I tell you, I'm very proud of you, because I think when we first started this show, you would have said, I'm not doing a damn thing on Thanksgiving. I sit down and eat. I'm the king of the house. I think you have been groomed very nicely
Done a
by
nice
Catherine.
job. You're growing up. Don't blow your nose.
Hudson loves to complain.
Don't blow your nose by the kitchen table.
It's just called being coachable, You just got to be coachable, So not the most talented, but I am the most coachable.
Is there a 5K or a football game going on in the Hutson, the Mason household?
My wife loves doing the 5K. She ran cross country, so it's always like an obligatory 5K. 2 young girls this year, so the 5K could get a little challenge. It might be more like a walk with the stroller.
Nice.
But there's one in our neighborhood, and we might get out and do it.
All right.
Okay. Well, Hut, you and your family have a happy Thanksgiving.
We're thankful for you, buddy.
We are. We miss you here every day, but we're glad we get to talk to you at least once a week.
Thank you, guys. Are you guys going to the game Saturday? Or Friday?
No.
Friday night?
No,
Friday
we're not.
afternoon? Is it 3:30?
Friday. Yeah. Anybody going?
I mean, if we stumble across tickets, I'll be there. But as of right now, none have
Negative. Are you
matriculated
going?
this way.
Okay. Yeah, I might go down there and take my daughter.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay. Should be a lot of fun. Well, Hut,
Okay, guys.
always great to talk to you. Have a great Thanksgiving.
You too. See you guys.